Yeah, same thing. We've got to study them, know them well, and then when the ball goes up, we got to be strong on both sides of the ball.
Do you expand the rotation?
We could.
Does how fast they play factor into that?
Well, you got to look at who they're playing as well. So they've cut back. So it's all about matchups.
A lot of times in the regular season, there's teams like that who score the way they did. People say in the playoffs, it's going to be harder. You're not going to. Did you see anything in the first round watching them where it looks like they're not doing the same stuff they were?
Well, the strengths of their team aren't going to. That's not going to change. So they're an up-tempo team. I think they average 113 in the playoffs. So we know that we got to protect our basket. They've got good shooting. They've point guards. They got Siakam. They got Turner. So they got a lot of weapons. A lot of pick and rolls. You got multiple point guards on the floor at the same time. So a lot of slips, a lot of flares. But the main thing is the strengths of the players doesn't change. You got to know what they do, and you got to know them inside and out. Yeah. Yeah, I say that all the time. Like sometimes, like when you look at the regular season, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I think one game we had made the trade, so we didn't have really many guys. Then one game we had a bunch of guys out. The second February game was everyone was out. So, but they're different now too. So. Getting Siakam in there, starting Nemhart, so they're a very potent team. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the league. So we know we got to be ready for him. Yeah, and Dante. So you need everyone, and so and everyone. You don't guard great players individually. You have to do that collectively. So everyone's got to be in lockstep as to what we're doing.
What do you want them to be focused on? They love the Haliburton, Turner, and Pop.
Yeah.
How do you want your guys?
I mean, that's one thing. Like I said, the basket, protect the basket first. Then we know they're a multiple pick and roll team. You got the pick and pop, you got the pick and slip, so we got to be ready for that. You got to be in, got to be out, got to contain the ball. There's a lot of slips, there's a lot of flares. So just know what everyone likes to do and be in tune. So your communication is critical. You have to do more than one thing. But at the bottom line is the containment of the ball, how you challenge shot, how you rebound the ball. Those are things that don't change.
What do you feel like made OG, aside from just the obvious, the length and all that, made him so successful in that role was kind of a rumor that you had about later on that?
That's the versatility of those guys. Like sometimes it's the matchup too. It's sometimes someone else might be better on the ball. Sometimes Josh is that way. So you're moving guys around, and you want to give different looks to the primary scorers. So we have three guys that and you could add Deuce into the mix there too. The strength, those four guys, their strength is their defense, and they're all different. So we want to take advantage of that.
I'll ask as a non-stats guy. When people say that you guys are last in pace, it looks like you guys try and do every defensive rebound run it out.
Well, it's hard to, like how you would define pace. I think we're fifth in scoring. I think we were Saturday, probably second in fast break points. Then when you look at total shot attempts, we're always at the top. So however you get there, and I told you that you can make the stats say whatever you want. The most important one is the net rating, and so that's what we look at. And you want to be strong on offense and defense. I think we're fourth and fifth in offensive rating. And we'll be challenged again. Our defense has to be great.
Any else besides
No, everyone practiced today.
How would you describe how your guys have embraced the workload?
They could always do better.
Tom, what have you seen on film what have you thought of how he's played for them?
No, he's played well. I mean, their bench is very good. McConnell's a very good player. Obi's a very good player. So they've got quality depth. You know, we have to be ready for that.
And did you notice anything different in what you've seen on him?
No, we knew he was. We always felt he was a good player. I don't think anything has changed. Very athletic, runs the floor great, shoots the ball. You know, can score the ball. He's always been a gifted scorer. So, you know, and like I said, you know, we loved having him. It's you know, he went in a situation here where he's playing behind Julius. You know, so that was the story behind that.
Okay, and then with Jalen, been asked about him a million times, and we've known him for such a long time, but did you know that he could be this guy?
Well, I was pretty confident because I had watched him grow up, you know, and so, you know, just watching him in the gym, you know, and you don't know initially, he's like a young kid, but the way, you know, he grew up in a gym with pros and the questions he would ask and the way that his father would work him out, you saw like each step how much he was growing. Like when he got to high school, they're like, oh, this guy has a chance to be pretty good. And then the same thing, you know, his high school career is very, very storied in a very rich state, you know, and then you add to that, you know, his experience with USA basketball in high school, and then of course college. And the thing is, it's like every year he's gotten better, and that's a testament to him and his work ethic. But you know, you saw like just the way he shot the ball, and I think the shooting probably gets overlooked. He put a lot of work into it, but it doesn't surprise me.
Do you, as part of prep, do you go and watch, like, because OG has played against the Pacers, he was just wearing a different uniform. Do you go and watch the possessions from like when they played in November and see how he guarded?
You know, like to me, it's more like because of different systems too. You know, so yeah, and like I know what his strengths are. We can pull up clips, but it's more locking into what we're doing.
Last year when you guys advanced, there was a ton of talk about the nostalgia playing Miami and such. It almost seems like Indiana was the team that played almost more times in the 90s than even Miami. Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great, like, there were a lot of, you know, Chicago was really good, Indiana was really good, Miami was really good, so those were great series. I think when both teams are, you know, like fighting in the playoffs, it makes the interest is far greater, and they were great battles, you know, fierce competitors, great games, great atmospheres. Indiana, great basketball state.